Hello and welcome back my friends to a new Kerbal Space Program video and to this short update 1.6 overview. And we're going to start with the MK2 land account, which has now a rover configuration and everything is rescheduled. And then we can see here as a new part the adapter from the 2.2 meters to the 3 meter part, which is really nice in my opinion, and I really appreciate having an adapter with some liquid fuel in it. And of course you can have new color schemes there. Now next up there was a few engine remodeling, some engine remodeling. Here we can see the Poodle engine, which really looks similar now to one of these how's it called, the expansion pack engines, as I'm going to compare right now. Here I'm going to get off the shroud, and now you can see how similar those two engines are, which is a little bit surprising, but okay, it's fine. Next up, the LV99 Terrier, really nice engine, especially in the early game, very good. Some remodeling is an interesting difference. The stats are still the same, but I actually like the previous design of the Terrier more. Now onto the Spark, which has exactly the same options and still the same statistics, but I think the new look actually looks better. Now onto the all the adapters. They have redesigned all the adapters, or let's say not redesigned, they given them some paint rescheme, which is interesting, so you can choose that. However, I don't really like this orange, especially on those elongated how's it called, adapters. Now onto those really thin and flat ones. They have now again two different types, which I do think look more or less better than how they looked before. Now onto the, in my opinion, one of the best changes. You can see those tri-coupler, bi-coupler and quad couplers have now as well a paint scheme, and this orange looking one is, in my opinion, the best change so far. Well, except of course the MK2 lander cam. Same goes for the nose cones. There are new options for the nose cones, different paint schemes. Again, I'm just quickly showing all of them, especially for those really roundish ones that we can see right now. I actually like the previous one with the blue part at the top, but whatever. Now on to, in my opinion, the last thing that changed. Maybe I just overlooked it last time, and that was the Octo probe core. Now jumping into some in-game footage here, I'm jumping out of a plane here with Jebediah to test out the new removing helmet feature. So first going to pop a parachute, and next we can see here how he looks like always, and now removing the helmet and showing that we can remove the helmet in mid-flight, not only on the ground but just in mid-flight or in mid-falling. Yeah, that's also kind of nice, and that's probably best for some screenshots, as I have taken there as well. Now in the next part we're going to go over the most important, well, not really most important, there are a lot of important issues, sorry, my bad, I mean improvements. So we can see here I have installed Kerbal Engineer Redux. However, we have now a Delta V count already in the stock game, which we can see with the blue lines there, and if you click on them we get even more information. Or later on we can click on the yellow button on the right at the bottom of the staging manual, and then we can get all the information. Like, that's really awesome. This will be especially a big improvement for all those Xbox players that cannot install mods. That's kind of one bonus point for the PC players. So there you can see with the button, and on the right side on the top we can see the control card as if it were a mod. Now onto the not onto it but into the map screen, we can now see the location of all the different runways and airfield and launch sites, so the boomerang and the desert runway, and the same goes of course for the island runway right in front of the KSC and the KSC itself. However, the KSC marker was already available in the previous versions, and you can of course enable and disable them in the map screen, as with all the different markers that you have in the map screen. Now the next thing that is really useful, especially if you're really if you're an SSTO fan, even more than myself, so you do know I have a bunch of SSTO videos, and if you want to fly an SSTO, you usually want to try to get it back home, don't you? So then you always have to kind of estimate where's the KSC and have a look on it, and I had for that a ship in front of the KSC, which I'm targeting all the time. However, now you can target the KSC itself, and of course all the other runways too. And now you can just see the marker, as you can see now on the nav ball down there, and you can fly towards the marker with your space plane, with your rocket, or with whatever you actually want. And you can find those different launch sites, especially the the desert runway, a lot easier now, especially if you don't know where it is. So that's a really huge bonus point in my opinion, and the biggest change of the entire update now to the last part, in the end of the video. But I didn't show it because it's kind of just something you have to mention, and that's the improvement in terms of performance improvements. So especially if you're using big crafts with a lot of with a big part count, then your performance should be improved right now, and a lot of the bugs should have been fixed. And I am working at the moment, as you might know from my previous video, on something really big, and I'm really appreciating this one, and I'm looking forward to using this new version in my project. So on this note, falling down back to Earth, or back to Kerbin, I'm gonna say thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, Spaceship signing out with Jebediah smiling on the ground.